Within this video, we're going to continue working through our lesson 6 of the student guide, Screws of the Rube Goldberg Machines. So specifically, we're going to be working through this interface activity, Fresh Fruit Delivery. So you can follow along here inside of the PDF, and of course, you can follow along here inside of the video. So the goal of this video is to explore how to use a screw to move objects from one place to another. Specifically, this is called an Archimedes screw. So in this example, we're going to go ahead and move this orange up through the screw and then down across this ramp. So to do this, we're going to need to move the orange, we're going to need to make the screw longer, and we're going to make sure that the screw is actually turning. So let's go ahead and select the orange and ensure that we're using the move tool. And I'm going to use this blue arrow and this green arrow to set the orange right here inside of this tube. So I can just lift straight up. I'm going to push it over, and it should be sitting right about here. Now, to double check my work, what I'm going to do is make sure that the orange is selected and then press the F key on the keyboard, and that'll frame my orange. Now I'm going to hold down the Alt key or the Options key on the Mac and left mouse click and drag so I can kind of orbit around. And I can definitely check to see if this is inside of my tube. Now I can definitely tell that it is, but just to double check one more time, I'll hold Alt and right mouse click and drag to the left, and I can actually kind of pull away from this. And if I orbit a little bit more, I can see that, yeah, this is definitely inside of that tube. So let's go ahead and hit the 6 key to reset the camera. So if we go ahead and hit the play button up here at the top of the interface, we'll notice that the ball will actually drop and then it just kind of stops at the base of that screw. So we need to make that screw actually longer and to make it turn. And to do that, all we have to do is actually select the screw and then play with its attributes. So if I click on top of the screw, you'll notice that I can't actually select it, and this may be happening to you as well. What's happening here is that the Unreal Engine has an ability to click through transparent objects, and that is currently turned off. So to actually click through a transparent object, we're going to come up here to the top right-hand corner where it says Settings, and we're going to make sure that this Allow Translucent Selection is toggled off. So we'll just click the little check mark. Now if I click on that, you'll notice I can actually get to the screw. So let's go ahead and make this thing spin by coming down here into our details panel, and what we're looking for here is this rotation rate, and I can click and drag this up to 360. So now let's hit the play button and see what happens. There we go. This is actually being pushed through. Now it's not long enough yet, so we need to address that. So go ahead and stop the simulation. You can press the Escape key on the keyboard. And with the screw selected, you'll notice that there's a widget right here that says Screw Size. So if I select that widget and making sure that I'm using the Move tool, as well as making sure that the Move tool is using local space, I'm going to click on the blue arrow and just drag this, and you notice it'll make the screw longer. I'll go ahead and just leave it right about here. And now when we press the play button, that screw will actually push that orange all the way out and down the ramp.